Well, March is National Social Work Month, and the need for social workers in multiple fields continues to grow. But who helps social workers when they get burned out? Our next guests have an annual event to support and celebrate those hard workers on the front lines. Joining us today are Sharise Nance. She is the founder and co-owner of Hand in Hand Counseling Services and Vitamin C Healing. William Nance is co-founder of Vitamin C Healing, and Johnny Gathers is a mental health therapist and hand-in-hand counseling therapist. Welcome, everyone, to Intersections.
Thank you for having us.
All righty. So, this seems like this topic that nobody talks about, being burnt out. And you're a compassion fatigue expert. First of all, Sharise, what is compassion fatigue?
So compassion fatigue is the physical and emotional exhaustion that causes a pronounced change in our ability to have empathy for our loved ones, for the people we serve, and for our colleagues as a result of helping people who've experienced a lot of trauma, suffering, and pain, often referred to as the cost of caring.
Wow. So is this something that we've known about for a while? Did it kind of surface because of the pandemic, or?
Question. It's been around for decades.
Yeah.
I know that it has been a heavy topic in Canada for years. That's where I learned from. A few of my mentors are from there. And it's starting to pick up speed now, but this has been going on for years. I know when I was in school a couple decades ago, they didn't talk about compassion fatigue, burnout, or self-care. The focus was on, and it is important, the focus was on the people we serve and leave your bags at the door and just focus on helping, but there was no talk of compassion fatigue, secondary trauma, or burnout.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, making sure that, you put on your mask first before you help somebody else.
Yes.
So, William, you guys have started Vitamin C Healing to help people who are in the social work space. So tell us a little bit about, why you found it necessary to work and form this organization.
That's actually a great question. It was actually formed as I was watching my wife in her journey as a social worker coming home and wondering how does she keep her cup filled. And from an outside perspective looking in, understanding the need that these incredible individuals need to have their cups filled just made me want to help create a platform to bring attention to that awareness.
Yeah. And then, Johnny, you work in the field.
Yeah.
So does Sharise. But so what are you seeing, and what are maybe some of the things that you think you are helpful for you as you're kind of doing your job?
Yeah, so what I normally see within this profession is just a lot of individuals that need help, but they don't really know how to seek help. They usually seek it with family, with friends, but when they go to those individuals, they kind of feel like, no, this is not the right outlet. So with myself being a therapist, I'm able to be that outlet for them to be able to verbalize their feelings, talk about their thoughts, even just be a listening ear to them.
Mm-hmm. So basically, it's like therapists sometimes need therapists.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like pretty much everybody at this point, right?
Yeah.
So the SWAG Awards, talk about that, because that is kind of where all this leads to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why it was created. So SWAG stands for, we love our acronym. SWAG stands for Social Worker Appreciation of Greatness. And actually, Bill, my husband, he's super creative. He actually came up with that acronym, and we just took it and we ran with it. And it started like back in 2019, where we were initially recognizing just Black social workers historically. And then I thought, let's reach out to some local social workers and just do an online celebration. And that's how I met Johnny. He came very highly recommended. So he was one of the awardees for our inaugural celebration that had to get shut down because of the pandemic. So we didn't get a chance to have that. So our first celebration was actually virtual, and we honored 21 social workers, I believe, and that was a big number, so we had to kind of decrease that. But, SWAG, we're so passionate about it, and Johnny joined us as a committee member, and he's just been super duper helpful with his connections and his passion for the work and for the SWAG Awards. And it was created because as a social worker, oftentimes our work is unappreciated, it's under-recognized, it's not valued, it's not appreciated. So we wanted to create an exclusive platform for social workers to be recognized. You ask any social worker, they'll say, oh, I didn't get into this profession to be recognized. I don't need any tangible rewards. And I know that we want to be recognized for this hard work that we do. I've worked in a lot of different facets in this profession, and social workers are often underpaid along with not being recognized. So that's why it was so important to create this platform.
Yeah, and just super quickly, Johnny, what's been the reaction from the people who are getting this? You've been recognized.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
It's a good feeling to be recognized for the work that you do. Like sometimes we don't really look at the accolades, but when you get a recognition just to saying thank you for your service, it's a good feeling. And after I had got honored and Sharise had asked me to be part of the committee, I was willing to do it. And to this day, this year will be 4 years since the Swag Awards got started, and I'm looking forward to the ceremony and the festivities that we got planned out.
Well, speaking of, it's coming up real soon. We got this graphic here. It is on March 23rd. It's in person, 5 o'clock at the Circuit Center by the Fluted Mushroom in the South Side. So thank you so much for being with us and sharing this. And it sounds like it's going to be a fabulous event, and we wish you all much success with it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, coming up, how you can see Nicole Hannah-Jones in Pittsburgh. Intersections. We'll be right back.